How's it going? My name is Alexander Carvalho, and I'm studying business administration with a minor in applied analytics at the University of Southern California. So, to answer the first question, I think you need to know a little bit more about me. So, I come from a pretty multicultural background. My dad is from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and my mom is from Paju, South Korea. So, as a first generation American, I've grown up with these two very different cultures, and I've had to try to find similarities between them in order to create harmony. So, I remember growing up, I'd be speaking Portuguese with my Brazilian grandmother at home while using chopsticks for every meal, and I had to take my shoes off every single time before coming in the house. So, yeah, it was just growing up, I've always had to learn to find these similarities, and I think it's just made me inherently curious to learn more about my own culture. I mean, if you trace my lineage back, my dad's family is actually originally from Portugal, and my great grandparents on my mom's side are actually from North Korea. So, just these two different cultures have made me innately curious, not only about learning about myself, but just about learning about other people and their culture. So, I'm very much so a people's person. I love meeting people. I love hearing their stories, why they are the way they are, what they're interested in, because I'm interested in just learning about them. So I've done this so long, throughout my life that what I've realized, I've actually developed this pretty vast and diverse network of connections between people I've talked to at coffee shops or just on trips, whatever it be. But that's something I'm trying to utilize more is try to connect people that I've met just who are in different fields and industries to try to connect them together. For example, my friend Michelle was trying to get an internship in Tokyo this summer, so I actually met this girl who's in Tokyo when I was doing a backpack trip through there. Her dad owns a consulting firm in Tokyo and are looking for American interns to be a part of their American division they're opening up. So I connected the two together, and now my friend Michelle has an internship in Tokyo this summer. So through my diverse background, it's made me inherently curious to learn more about people and their interests. And through that, I've developed this diverse network, and I want to use that network to try to connect people who think they're different but realistically have a lot more similarities than they believe. So to answer the second question, during my sophomore summer, I was supposed to go outside Lands Music Festival in San Francisco with my ex-girlfriend, but then we broke up, so it wasn't going to work out. So I ended up selling my ticket that week, and I picked up an extra shift at work. But I remember the day before the last day, I was scrolling through all these pictures and on Facebook and Instagram about Outside Lands and about how amazing it was. And then I just felt so left out, and I felt like I needed to be there. One of my favorite artists, Elton John, was performing the last day. So that next morning, I actually woke up at 5 a.m., was about to hop in my car and drive to Outside Lands. And then my mom came down, and she was like, "Hey, Alex, what are you doing?" I'm like, I'm driving to San Francisco. And then rather than be mad, she was like, "Okay, yeah, let me come with. I'm going to go drinking with your aunt in Napa." So me and my mom caravanned up together, and my mom dropped me off outside the music festival, and she was like, "Okay, well, if you get arrested, just call me." So side note, my mom's awesome, and I love her. So yeah, I started walking around the festival trying to find a way to sneak in. Couldn't find a way to sneak in, but ended up getting this group of about 40 people who were all trying to sneak in. So what we did, we started gathering in a big group, and then we lined up across this fence, and these police officers started lining up on the other side, and then I just heard someone count to three, and we started rushing through the fence. I remember I hopped over the first gate, dodged two cops, started running down the street, and then this police van came driving up the hill at me, and then I started to jump out of the way at the very last minute, but then it turned into me, and I actually slammed the hood, started rolling over it, landed on the ground, picked myself back up, so full of adrenaline, started sprinting down the street more, hopped over one more fence, ran down a hill, two more fences, and then finally made it into the festival and sprinted into this giant crowd in this sea of people. So, needless to say, that was the most reckless thing I've ever done, and would I do it again? Probably not, because some of my friends got arrested and had to pay like $1,000 for bail, which is ridiculous, so probably never do it again, but I think that experience changed me because it was the boldest, most reckless thing I've ever done, and it showed me that sometimes the risk taken is greater than the risk not taken. So I would never do it again, but that's always going to be an experience where it's going to be one of the best memories of my entire life, and it was one of the best days I've ever had. So to answer number three of everyone says data is everywhere, so I actually had to take this growth hacking course last semester as a part of my Marshall Upper Division. So for the course, we partnered with this local startup that was selling immune packs or like vitamin packs online that are supposed to help out your health and prevent you from getting colds. So they had all this market data that they thought their target market was actually people who are dedicated to fitness and working out. So for our growth hack, we actually try to launch Facebook and Instagram targeted ads for anyone who liked fitness or working out, or Nike or Reebok, any of those companies. And we ran the ads for about 2 weeks, and we saw very little bump in sales. We saw a couple increases in just the amount of impressions we got, but it really didn't change anything. So we had a small data because we were selling these packs in Whole Food stores. We had this pretty small but useful profit margin from Whole Foods stores. So what we actually decided to do, we ran a separate ad just in Whole Foods, made a sign, put it up in their vitamins aisle, and then after 2 weeks, we actually saw a jump of about 20% increase in sales. So what the data shows is that maybe we have all this data about who our target market might be, and we thought it was these fitness groupies, but it was really the target market for this immune pack was just this group of Whole Food customers, and who were interested in vitamin supplements and becoming healthy. So yeah, the data is everywhere, and although we may think the data acts one way, there are so many little subtleties and so many things we might not pick up that show us that we really do need to take the time to analyze and look at data more, and it could always point us in the directions we never thought to go. So that's it. Thank you guys so much, and I look forward to hearing your guys' response. Thank you very much.